Hey girls.
OMG, she's back on YouTube, baby. I was like, what is happening? What is going on? Like, I've been blacklisted from the Walt Disney Company. Oh gosh. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Holy moly, it has been over a year since I posted on YouTube. Crazy. I literally said I was gonna post more on here even though I left my college program last year. But anyways, that didn't happen. But now is a perfect time to jump back onto YouTube because I literally have so much to update you guys on. If you've been following me on Instagram at all, then you kind of know like a little bit of the backstory, but I'm just super excited to get back into YouTube and vlog again and just share all of my memories and all my stories with you guys through YouTube. If you're not following me on Instagram, go ahead and hop over there. If you look at my highlight titled new, you'll kind of see like what this video is gonna be about. But for now, let's jump straight into the video. Alright guys, sorry I'm looking a little crusty and dusty. You know, this Florida heat is different. It's different, okay. Like I said, if you follow me on Instagram, you may already know what's going on, but if you don't, then this is what the YouTube video is for. And the YouTube video is also to share my story. OMG, my journey to get back to where I'm at right now is just, it's stressful. Okay, to start off, obviously, if you're new here, you don't really know very much, but if you're not new here, sorry, just have to sit through this. I'm Hannah. I'm a two-time Disney College Program alumni. I did one program like pre-COVID, but COVID ended her short. In 2020 at Pinocchio's Village House in Magic Kingdom and quick service back of house. And then my second program was last year from February 2022. That's my dog whining. My second program was last year from February 2022 to June 2022 at Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway in Hollywood Studios. I ended up terming from my second college program about a month early. Honestly, I was just kind of ready for it to be over. I was gonna be missing like a family beach trip. I didn't wanna miss that. So I just ended up terming. I did end up talking to my leaders and I put in like a month notice in that I was gonna be terming. So it turns out like if you leave your program early, which I knew this, but if you leave your program early without giving like enough notice, then you'll be considered under like restricted rehire status with the Walt Disney Company. And like I said, I knew that, but I went in with it and I gave my leaders like a month notice, and my leader was like, okay, since you gave us this notice, we're gonna like bypass the restricted rehire for you because we know you want to come back to the company like once you graduate college, blah blah blah. So I was under the impression that my restricted rehire status was going to be bypassed because I had talked to my leader and that's what he had told me. So fast forward to like December, okay, I applied for a summer alumni program just kind of like on a whim. Like I knew the start date was gonna be like May, and I knew that I couldn't start in May, so I kind of just like applied for the fun of it. And I applied for the college program, like didn't have to do the WBI, anything, and then I got no longer in consideration as my status on my dashboard. And I was like so confused. I was like posting on Instagram like, has this happened to any other alumni? What in the world? Blah, blah, blah. And then I remembered that I termed and I was like, okay, this has to do with the restricted rehire status because it lasts for like a minimum of 6 months or something like that. And I had termed in June. So like December was like right at that 6-month mark. So anyway, I was like, okay, I'm no longer in consideration for the summer alumni program, whatever, move on. So then fast forward to like end of January, beginning of February. So around this time frame, I'm starting to apply for professional internships because they're open. The start dates are in like June and July. And I was like, could make that work. I would have to negotiate for like a later start date, but I could make that work more than I could like a May start date for the summer alumni. So I started applying for professional internships. There are several steps you have to go through with the professional internships if you're an external applicant, like if you're not working for the company already. And I didn't move past a single step. So I was like, what's going on? Like I'm about to be a college graduate. I'm a two-time alumni. Like what? I was like so confused. And then I remembered maybe it's from the restricted rehire. I don't know. I was doing the most. I was connecting to people on LinkedIn, messaging recruiters. I like Zoomed with a recruiter and he like looked over my resume and we did a mock interview. Like I was doing all these things, feeling so prepared for a professional internship, and literally nothing. And I even applied for other like hourly positions with the company, nothing. So I was like, what is going on? Like I need to talk to someone. And so I was like, well, let me just apply for a college program and see if I could even get into a college program. No, I literally applied in April for like a regular college program, took the WBI, passed the WBI, nothing, no longer in consideration. Like what? I was so confused. I was like, what is happening? What is going on? Like I'm over here thinking, what is happening? I've been blacklisted from the Walt Disney Company. It was really freaking me out. So then after I had gotten denied from all those professional internships and from a summer alumni program and a regular college program, I was like, okay, this has got to, something's got to budge here. Like I've got to call somebody, I got to figure something out. So I called Global HR, which is like the Walt Disney Company's like big honcho HR people, and I talked to them, talked to like 6 different people there, and all of them pretty much, and I got to talk to an actual like DCP recruiter on the phone, and she told me that it's up to their discretion how long they apply the restricted rehire status. So yes, 6 months is the minimum, but they can deny you from like up to a year or more. Like if your restricted rehire status was from like 2 years ago, they could still deny you. It's up to their discretion. Since it was a college program termination and that's what you're trying to go back into, they can do with that what they want. They can, it's up to their discretion. So I was like, okay, I understand that, but now I need to talk to a regular recruiter, because if this is gonna prevent me from ever working with the Walt Disney Company ever again, then there's like something that we have to figure out here. So after talking to like 6 different people, I finally get around to a conclusion that yes, my partner number was technically placed on restricted rehire for the college program. It shouldn't affect any part-time or full-time opportunities, and I asked if it affected my chances of getting a professional internship, and they pretty much all said no. They said like I had a very, 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 very small chance of getting it being an external applicant anyways. So they don't think that the restricted rehire like affected my chances like this past semester anyways. So that made me feel a lot better, and I talked to so many different people, and they all said the same thing. So I was feeling more confident, like, okay, maybe after college graduation, I can get a part-time or full-time job, and we'll just go from there. Okay guys, now's the time. I have to say this because I forgot to say earlier, but I do not speak on behalf of the Walt Disney Company. This is all my personal conversations and my personal experience, so please do not hold me to this. Okay, let's resume. So this is like up until the beginning of May, end of April, okay? So my sister, my little sister, she got accepted for the Disney College program for this fall, and I was like, gung-ho, let's do it, let's both move to Orlando, let's do it. So she accepted her offer, and I was like, okay, now my sister has a job lined up and like a guarantee hours and guarantee paid rate and all that kind of stuff, and I'm over here talking about moving to Orlando, and I literally have no job. So I kind of like looked around, talked to some recruiters, and they all told me that I needed to just kind of wait it out because I was gonna have to get put on a wait list anyways. So they were like, you may just wanna like wait it out and apply closer to when you wanna move. So fast forward through May, I graduate college, my sister graduates college, we go on so many trips, have a great summer, like literally so great. I got a dog in March, so like life is good, we're just bebopping along. So like the end of July rolls around, and I'm starting to look for jobs, and literally nothing is posted on disneycareers.com that I want to apply for. And so I'm like, what am I gonna do? Like, I'm just gonna start applying for a bunch of stuff, I guess. And so that's what I started doing. But then I reached out to a bunch of recruiters that I had connected with on LinkedIn. I'm telling y'all, LinkedIn is the way to go. Like, if you're trying to get a job somewhere and like you feel like you are a good person like to chat with, like you're a good texter and like you're good with your words, I guess, like I wouldn't even say I'm good with my words. It's just like I'm confident. I'm more confident over text because the worst they're going to say is no or just not reply. So I reached out to this recruiter named Blake on LinkedIn, and I was like, hey, I noticed you had a now hiring emblem on your LinkedIn profile. Could you share with me the opportunities that you're hiring for, blah, blah, blah. and he was like, yes, absolutely. Like, I see that you're an alumni. That's wonderful. Like, we're glad to welcome you back. Let me send you this job posting. So he sent me a link from a job that was posted in April. So he was like, this is only for you. Please do not share this with anyone else, blah, blah, blah. So I filled it out. It was like a global Walt Disney World casting call kind of a thing for operations. So anything park or resort operations, from quick service to custodial, housekeeping, bell services, pretty much everything except for lifeguarding and any like corporate job. So I quickly applied for that and like filled it out. I got to preference some roles. I got to answer a few like interview questions like on the application. I got to put my availability in and sent that off. Very quickly got a web-based interview, filled out the web-based interview, passed the web-based interview, and then probably like 3 days later, I think, I got an email from one of the Walt Disney World casting recruiters. I'm so blessed, and I got so lucky that I got a good recruiter. I have several friends recently that didn't look out on the like recruiter department of things, and I did, and I'm so thankful. She really helped the whole process be really seamless and smooth and worry-free. And she invited me to a Zoom interview. So I scheduled a Zoom interview, had the Zoom interview like the next day. It was like 13 minutes long. Didn't even get asked any interview questions, just kind of like, what's your availability? Do you want part-time or full-time? Like, what roles do you want? So just answered those quick questions, and she did inform me that I was gonna be put onto a wait list. And I picked my 3 roles that I got to preference. I picked attractions, retail, and character attendant. So she was like, you're gonna be put on a wait list for all 3 of these. As time goes on, like, you could get a phone call any day, anytime. You could get an email any day, anytime of them offering you a job. But I gave her a start date of September the 5th. So she was like, you're never gonna get asked to start before that date. So just be keeping an eye on your email, on your phone. They can literally call or email at any point and offer you a job. So after my Zoom interview, at this point, it's like the end of July. I'm feeling really good. I'm like, okay, basically I have a job, not technically, but like kind of, because I'm on a wait list. And she was feeling very confident that I was gonna get a job offer before September 5th. So at this point, it's like close to the beginning of August. Mine and my sister's lease was over August 31st. So we were absolutely moving to Orlando by September the 1st, because my sister's start date for her college program was actually today, the 11th of September, but I don't know when I'm gonna post this video. But her start date to her college program is September 11th. So we were like, we have to absolutely be, we have no home after August 31st, so we absolutely have to be moved by that point. Announcement, I actually live with Gracie now again, thank the Lord. So it's me and Gracie, and my best friend Gracie, and my little sister Kathleen. We all share a house. Me and my sister Kathleen, we both have dogs, and Gracie has a cat. So we have 3 animals, 3 humans. Literally, it's the best setup. We love it so much. Very, very excited about that, and super happy to be living with Gracie again. I've been living with Kathleen the past year in Birmingham, so obviously she's my sister. I love her to death, but Gracie's my best friend, so I really have the best of both worlds. Both of my #1 best friends in the whole entire world, like under the same roof, is just, I love it so much. We have so much fun. We have a house, like, it's so fun. I totally like jumped the gun a little bit, but I just like had to get that off my chest because it was just like building. But anyways, we moved into this house on August 31st. So like, we packed up from Birmingham, packed up our whole apartment. My mom and dad drove down with us, huge U-Haul. Moved in like over the course of like a few days. We got Gracie's stuff all moved over from her old apartment here in Orlando and moved everything over. So we got all settled in. My parents stayed with us for a few days. Like, we have an extra bedroom, so they stayed in our extra room. Anyways, I have my phone out because I'm looking at the calendar. So I don't exactly remember the date that I got my job offer, but it had to have been like, it was the 22nd, because I remember thinking, no, it was the 29th, okay? So like 2 days before we moved, okay, I got an email at 2:30 Central Time, like right on the dot, telling me that I was gonna be offered a part-time attractions position. Literally lost it. I was so excited. My dad was at my apartment, like taking apart all of our furniture, like getting ready to move, and like we were getting ready to move and I did not have a job, okay? Like, jobless. Like, my job at Chick-fil-A was over. I had nothing lined up in Orlando, jobless, okay? But on August 29th, I did indeed get offered a part-time position with the Walt Disney Company in attractions at Walt Disney World, and I'm so excited, literally so excited. The worst thing ever, just like it was on the CPs, is not knowing where you're gonna be working. And so since I applied for that global Walt Disney World casting posting, I applied for a global position, meaning that they could put me like literally anywhere, like anywhere. And I wasn't gonna find out like anytime soon. And I knew that, and I was okay with that. I was just glad to have a job, okay? So all of this to say, guys, I am a cast member again. Not officially. I mean, my traditions is the day after tomorrow. Today is Monday. My traditions is on Wednesday. But nevertheless, I have taken my Blue ID photo. I'm fingerprinted. I've done my drug test. Like, I've done all the things. Literally just waiting for traditions on Wednesday. And I already have my training schedule. So I already got my location. Again, if you follow me on Instagram, you know my location announcement. But if you don't follow me on Instagram, go ahead and do that. But if you don't follow me on Instagram, let me tell you right here and now my location, okay? And I'm going to be working in the Land Pavilion at Epcot at Living with the Land. So I definitely was shocked and disappointed and not excited when I first opened my email with my training schedule. Those are just my honest reactions. I don't hate Living with the Land, but last year I worked at Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway in Hollywood Studios, was just a very popular ride, a very exciting ride, very good ride, very unique ride. And like, all of that can be said about Living with the Land, but I don't know, it was just like the one thing I didn't want. You know, like when you just like are like, please don't be this, please don't be this. And then that, it's like, wow, like I really did not want it to be that at all. But I'm not hating on Living with the Land, okay? Like, I'm genuinely excited about it now. Like, it took a day of like, really just like an afternoon of like, shucks. Like, I picked up my whole life and am doing all this, and I'm gonna be at Living with the Land. Like, you know, it took a day of me to like process and like be okay with it. But now I'm super excited. Like, I cannot wait to get started at work. Like, the more I've been reading about it, the more I've been talking to people about it, like, just the more research that I've done about the ride itself, like, I'm super excited. And like, I never would have put myself in Epcot. Like, this will be the third park that I've worked at. So like, I'm excited to get to work in a new park. I've never worked like in a fully indoor attraction before. So like, super excited for that. Like, the costume's not bad. Like, I'm gonna pull it off, like, duh. I also found out that the Land Pavilion cast members and also the Seas cast members are the cast members that are being pulled to work Journey of Water right now, like the support shifts, because right now it's just cast member previews, and I think annual pass holder previews start like in 2 weeks or something. But right now, those are the cast members that are like scanning people in for their cast previews and all that kind of stuff. So hopefully I could get trained and I could work at Moana Journey of Water, which is a brand new attraction. Like, wouldn't that be amazing? Like, if I could like get cross-trained and work there too, like that would be such a cool opportunity, and I wouldn't have gotten that opportunity if I wouldn't be working at Living with the Land. So ultimately, my announcement, the reason for this video is to announce that I am living in Orlando. I am working for Disney again. I am an attractions cast member, and I am working at Living with the Land in Epcot. I'm genuinely excited about it. Like, y'all come visit me at the land and save the earth. So that's really it for this like initial like get back into the swing of things type of video. I have a love-hate relationship with sit-down videos, but it's already been like a few minutes and I'm more comfortable in front of the camera. Now, I'm home alone, so that's one thing, but we'll see how it goes back in the parks. Anywho, I'm just kind of like all over the place and super excited to be back on YouTube and excited to start editing videos again. I actually like kind of enjoy editing the videos a little bit in a way, so like I'm excited to get back into that. And me and Gracie are about to be getting back on YouTube, and I'm so excited like to share our stories with y'all and for y'all to get like a glimpse into our life. And Kathleen's about to be in all my vlogs, so I'm just so excited to like welcome you guys back into my little like community here in Orlando. Orlando is definitely the city where I have the most friends in one place. So I'm very excited to be living in a city where I have friends and a community and people like around me, and I'm really about to get back into the cast member community, so I'm very excited for that and super excited to be like an actual status cast member and get all the perks and benefits of that. So I'm just super excited. I'm feeling super blessed, and I just wanted to thank you guys so much for sticking with me so far. If you've stayed subscribed like since my last program, you guys are the real ones. Like, please don't go anywhere because I'm about to start posting a whole lot more, I promise. But for now, I think I'm gonna go ahead and like wrap up this sit down talking video because it's already long enough. Okay, so stay tuned guys, lots more videos coming soon. I will keep you guys updated on my journey, and I can't wait to see you guys in the next video. Bye guys.